It's arrived! So, I caved and ordered the new Note 20 Ultra. So, yeah, it just come today. I thought I'd do a quick unboxing, and I'm planning on doing a review and hopefully like a comparison with my old phone over the next sort of 2 weeks. So, it comes in this nice cardboard box. I ordered this directly from Samsung themselves because they had their trade-in program at the moment, which is you get an extra £100 towards your trade-in. So trade in my Note 9, I believe $250. I haven't sent it off yet though. I've got 14 days to do that. So we'll open it up. Unmask. Got our returns note, which I won't show you with all my details on it. We got a sticker thingy. We got the device box. It's not wrapped up actually. It's just got a tamper-proof seal. And there is nothing else in the box. Alright then, so Note 20 Ultra 5G. Take a little look at that. I will blur that out because actually that's got IMEIs and stuff on there. Don't want you seeing that. Got the quality seal. Very understated, these new boxes. Alright, try not to cut myself. Yeet. Alright, are you ready? Oh, that's right. Oh, we got a little SIM ejection tool, and I've broken the box already. Great. It's that end. Got little warranty cards. What's this? A quick start guide for people that don't understand technology, and that's all that is in there. Okay. We'll take a look at this in a second. No peeking. Okay, and let's pull out this. We've got a bit of cardboard free of charge. This is the charger socket. Now, yeah, so now they're really going hard on the USB-C. So this is now a USB-C connection. It's a bit annoying in regards to compatibility with your devices. You're no longer going to just be able to charge anything from this. You're going to have to get yourself an adapter. But I guess USB-C is the way we're going, so it makes sense to start moving towards it now. And this is, I believe, a 25 watt charger, so output 15 watt or 25 watt. Yeah, so 25 watt fast charger. Not the fastest chargers out there, but does the job. What's this? Is this actually anything? Or is this just... No, I think this is just a bit of cushioning. What's this? Cable. Have a look at that cable. It's about a standard length cable with obviously USB-C on either end. Put that over there. And oh, that's good. Okay, so it looks like in the UK you do get the headphones in the box. I know in the US, if you're not getting them, you have to basically hit up Samsung separately. But these are just your standard AKGs, the same ones I got in my Note. The main difference being they are USB-C instead of 3.5mm, because obviously Samsung has murdered the 3.5mm jack that they made fun of Apple for getting rid of. Yeah, so cool. Oh, and you get a kebab of ear tips for your pleasure. And that's it. Yeah, you don't get any of the... Just double check, there's nothing hidden under here. Now you get that grimy looking sticker thing. So yeah, in the Note 9 box, you got extra S Pen tips, you got a USB-A to USB-C adapter, so you could use like USB drives, which of course I've lost. And you got a micro USB to USB-C, which I actually have one of those. This is actually my girlfriend's one from her phone, because I lost mine. And this came with the S9, so yeah, Samsung has cut it out a bit, but it's not as bad in the UK because you still get the headphones, which is nice. If you want to play like gaming or something and your wireless ones aren't enough. But anyway, most important thing, the device. Ooh, so massive front screen, as you can see. And that colour. Ooh, yes, that colour. So let's take off our protective plastic. Looks like there's no protective, no, so there's a screen protector on it, but I can't actually see any protective plastic. Oh well. So we've got a little thing on the back. Now, first thoughts on this colour. It's not going to look as bright, shiny, etc. in the camera. It looks substantially different. It's definitely more pink than bronze. Kind of like the rose gold iPhones, that sort of thing. It's nice, definitely. It is definitely nice, and it's got this nice, yeah, that feels really good. I was a little bit worried this would be too big, but no, that feels really good in the hand, actually. A lot of people have complained about this corner being so, well, sharp. I'm not really feeling that. I think actually that might make it better for me for holding it, because it's going to give you something to tuck into your wrist so it doesn't drop it. They've obviously moved the volume button back to the right side, which is, it's okay for taking pictures, but I think now the phone is just easier to hold because obviously the camera's in the top right corner, so you can put your finger there now and not, oh hello, you can, yeah, without blocking the camera, you can put it there. You can see those massive camera sensors. All these reflections. So you've got your, what looks like your normal 108, ultra wide, or maybe that's wrong. I don't know. All I know is that one is a telephoto. That's your laser autofocus, and that's your do that. S Pen's moved over to the left side. Give that a little click. Nice clickiness. Pull it out. Rose gold S Pen. I don't think that's too bad having it on the left side. Same speaker cut out. There's like some plastic protection, USB-C microphone, and there is now buttons. Feel pretty nice and clicky. And that hole punch is actually really tiny. So if I boot up the screen, so see if it's got any power left, you'll be able to see Galaxy 20, Note 20 Ultra 5G. Starting Android. As you can see, that is pretty tiny, especially compared to the S20 Ultra. And so we've just got to set this thing up, and then we can get a go. This is just a quick unboxing to look at it. I do want to show you, I have got a case for this, and I'm going to show you that right now. Okay, so this is the ESR case I got. I spent ages looking at cases for this phone. I opted for a clear one because of that lovely colour. And as you can see, it's got a beautiful kickstand, which is adjustable. It's clear, and it's got the little dots inside to reduce watermarking, and camera bump protection. Let's pop it in. This is lower profile than my other case because I wanted something that wasn't going to get in the way. Slots in really nicely, as you can see. Provides you with a very slight lip to protect the screen, and I'd say enough edge protection to get you going. Keeps the square look of the phone as well. It doesn't round off the corners, which may or may not be a good thing for you. And as I said, you've got that kickstand, which in pictures this looks like quite a big kickstand. In real life you don't really notice it, and actually I think it's quite nice because gives you something to sort of grip onto on the back of the phone when you're holding it, like if you want to take pictures or whatever. And as I said, that lip does provide you plenty of camera protection. I definitely think it's a lot more protective in real life. When you look at it in pictures, it looks a lot better. And as I said, the main reason you'd get this case, because of that crazy kickstand for consuming your content, and you can put it at varying angles until it closes shut. And you can do it like that if you want to do FaceTime, like, hello Nan. So yeah, it's really good. And one of the nice things as well is there's no branding on this case. So no one's going to know what case you got, which is nice. It's quite, what's the word? It's quite covert, quite understated, right? They're not trying to plaster it in your face. So I'll just show you. I am going to try and do a full comparison on this to see whether it's worth upgrading, but I will just compare it right now to my Note 9, okay? So this has got the case on. I'm going to take the case off of both of them because that's not a fair comparison. But just as a sort of, this is the case I have on my Note 9. It's a Spigen Tough Armour. I've got the little band on there. It also has a kickstand, but it's not comparable. It's smaller, weaker, and you only get one viewing angle. You can't stand it up like that. But it is probably slightly more protective. But then it is also bulky because it squares off the sides, which I think makes it harder to hold. This phone, on the other hand, I feel like it's going to be very easy. Right, so this is the Note 9 without the case, and I'll just take the case back off of this. Now, looking at them front ways on with all that bloody reflection, I should have thought about this, they're very similar in size. I mean, obviously you can look up the measurements online, that's fine, but in terms of seeing it in real life, that's the size difference. In terms of thickness, like height, there's not much in it. But bear in mind, that goes further with the Note, because this is all screen, whereas this is all bezel. So, as well as getting a bigger screen, you're also losing the bezel, so you're getting even more for your money. Well, you know, screen-wise. The rest of the wise, yeah, you're quite expensive on this. I pay $1,179 and then take away the $250 for this, which I'm trading in. So we look at the ports. Obviously, you are losing your 3.5mm jack. I don't really use 3.5mm headphones that much, although they are a benefit for like gaming and stuff like that, if you do that on your phone, and obviously the fact that they don't require power. But you do get some USB-C ones in the box, and you can get adapters. They should probably include adapters, but it's not the end of the world. I don't think it's a deal breaker. Speaker looks bigger on this one, at least the cutout, as you can see, compared to that one. And the S Pen, you'll notice it's a different colour because the original one for this broke, so I had to buy a new one. But yeah, apart from that, microphone's looking about the same place. In terms of the width, they're about the same. I think, this is just going off of feel because you can't really tell. I believe the new device is ever so slightly wider, but it's got what feels to me like a better taper, like it's more curved around the screen. This phone, obviously the screen curves quite a lot and it goes to quite a thin point, whereas this is more of a gradual, and it feels a lot nicer in the hand as a result. Yeah, this is very thin on the sides, whereas this is much nicer. So in terms of in the hand, if you're running this without a case, this one feels a lot better. And I definitely think you're going to want to get a lower profile case like the ESR to take advantage of that in the hand feel, because for such a large phone, this actually feels amazing in the hand. And I can definitely see this being really good to use. You'll see the corners as well. They've really gone for that Note aesthetic this time. I mean, that's kind of because the Note 9 was sort of the last Note super phone, right? It was the last phone where you knew you were getting the best that Samsung had when you got the Note. Whereas now the Note is an option out of two. In a lot of ways, the S20 Ultra is actually better. This is more refined though, obviously. But yeah, so they're really trying to mark out that brand identity, whereas they weren't as bothered here. And a lot of people have commented, like I said previously in the video, that these corners are uncomfortable. I don't personally see it. I think they're actually really nice. Let you get a really good grip, and I love the fact that the camera's now in the corner. That's always annoyed me about smartphones, because it's like when you're trying to hold it, and if you want to get a good grip on it, you can't put your hand too close, whereas this one, like I said, you can really stabilise it like that. Yeah, I like it. I really like the in the hand feel. In terms of thickness, about the same, except you've then got the camera bump on top of that. So this is probably going to be slightly thicker in the pocket if you're using a big case, but you're not going to notice much difference. And in terms of the screen curve, I mean, it's hard to see on the camera. It's less of a gradual screen curve on the Note. It's sort of flat, 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 and then suddenly they curve it, whereas this one is much more gradual, and that's how they've managed to get the sides to feel so nice on this one. Yeah, and in terms of weight, I mean, this feels pretty good in the hand. This feels pretty light, to be honest, like for a big phone. Like, I don't think there's a major difference in terms of weight. I mean, if anything, this one feels lighter, but that might just be because I'm making that up in my head. But you can obviously look the specs up if you want. But yeah, this display is lovely. I can't wait to start using it. Get that case on there. I'm going to be going on holiday in a few days, and so hopefully I'll be able to get a few good pictures with both devices. And I'm going to try and keep both devices on me, just see how they perform. Obviously, I've had this one for nearly 2 years, so I know what this is like, but this one is a new quantity. Now, obviously, one of the biggest complaints about this is the fact that this one is the UK one. It's got the Exynos 990, which is not as powerful as the 865 Plus. That was one of the major reasons that I didn't want to buy this, just sort of on principle. But we'll see over sort of the next week or two whether that actually impacts it, because obviously I'm not going to have an 865 Plus version to compare to. All I have for reference is my current phone, which is also an Exynos chip, so we'll see, because this is a pretty big jump over this, regardless of what chip you get in it. One thing I also forgot was comparing the actual cameras. So obviously this has only got 2, but just look at the difference in the sensors on them. Now obviously the cutouts are all made to be the same size on the Note for aesthetics, but that is mental. Look at that. I mean, well, probably a better example is, this is the case, right? And these are the cameras. Like, that's crazy. Hello. Tiny, tiny cameras. So hopefully the low light should be a lot better in this. And there's no annoying Bixby button anymore. They've gotten rid of the Bixby button. Obviously that's not exclusive to this phone, but they have gotten rid of it, so there's no useless, pointless button there, right, that you have to do some software magic with to remap, or try and, reuse it by setting, say, double tap to turn on the torch, and it just not working properly. I mean, this button is so annoying. It would be nice if you could reconfigure it, or, say, map the Google Assistant to it. Then it would actually be quite useful, because I wouldn't have to wait the screen or try and get it to voice match me on OK Google, which it has just. Okay, well done, just because the camera's watching. She doesn't work half the other time. So yeah, but this doesn't have that. So this button is going to be a lot better for taking selfies. Not that I'm really a selfie person, but, instead of having to try and tap the screen, yeah, it's going to be pretty damn good. So just realised as well, when opening up the phone to set it up, it's dual SIM. I'm not sure if that's a big surprise to anyone or not, but it is to me. The fact that, yeah, if you buy it in the UK, buy the Ultra, 256 gig model, I'm assuming the 512 as well, it is indeed dual SIM. So that's a nice little feature. And I guess I'll just give you a quick look at this actually. They notice they now call it an earphone jack as well. Got safety warnings, blah blah blah, telling you not to remove the battery. and telling you the limits basically of that water protection. But yeah, just thought that was a cool little thing. Also, because that cable is now USB-C on both ends, it means now that I'm transferring the details on my phone, I can just use this cable. I don't need any extra adapters. I just plug it in and it'll work. Isn't that cool? So, if you guys like the video, please go ahead and give the video a like. Subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this, and comment down below. Let me know what you think. If there's anything you want to see. This is going to be my only phone because I can't afford to buy tons and tons of phones. I don't get some review hits or anything like that. So this is going to be my daily driver. But we'll see how we get on. See you next time, guys. Bye bye.